Hey y'all, and welcome to my vlog. My name is Erin, and this is what to do before you start writing. So, you want to write a book. You've got the spark of an idea, and you're not really sure where to go next. Whether you are a plotter, a pantser, or a plantser, there are a few things that you gotta do before you get into the thick of things. While it is kind of possible to sit down and start writing without any prep at all, you're much more likely to be facing rewrites later on. Let's walk through some of the things that you need to do before tackling your first draft. Number 1, accept the timeline reality. This is going to take longer than you want it to take. Writing a book is not a quick process unless you're skipping crucial steps. If you're starting on your first book and you are not working on it full time, you are probably looking at years. My first novel took 4 years from start to publish. And based on anecdotal evidence from other writers I've spoken to, that is not at all uncommon. If you're anticipating having a book out in 6 months or a year, adjust your expectations. Number 2, check out the industry. If you've got a couple ideas floating around and one of them is for a genre that's been flying high the last few years, you may want to consider that by the time you actually finish your book, that genre may be falling out of favor. And that's not to say that you can't write it at all, it just might be a harder sell. Write what you want, but be aware of what's popular and what's going on with the industry so that you know where to focus your time. Number 3, choose your characters. You want at least the big ones to be planned out. Your protagonist, your love interest, and your antagonist. Who's going to be your point of view character? Are you going to have multiple point of views? You don't necessarily have to have their entire character profile planned out at this point, but you should know the bare basics. You can always test run your characters if you want to get to know them a little better, toss them in a situation and write some flash fiction about them. Number 4, choose your point of view. Do you want to write in first person or third person? Present tense or past tense? I'm going to link Jenna Moressi's video on point of view below so that you can check this topic out in a little bit more depth. Number 5, choose your setting. Setting is going to have a huge influence on your story. If you're writing in our world, choose your location and time period. If you're writing in a fantasy world, obviously do the same thing, but you also still have to create that world to build context. If you don't have a clear idea of setting, your readers probably won't either. If you're like me, you'll probably forget to add a lot of setting details in the first draft, but don't worry, you can fix that in later versions. As long as you personally are aware of the setting, you can work that into your story as you go. You don't want to bog things down with too many details, so put in what you think is necessary, have a chat with your critique partner or your beta readers, and see if they need more or less to understand what's going on. Number 6, the thought dump. Literally dump every single idea you have about the book into a document. Characters, names, scenes, bits of dialogue, whatever gave you general inspiration, full character designs, literally anything. This is going to serve you very well later in your process. Number 7, research. So much research. Food, clothing, housing, geography, weather, magic, politics, medicine, etc. are all components of the story that you need to be aware of. You don't have to have all of your research done beforehand, but if there are key elements that you know you don't know a ton about, researching beforehand is going to make the writing process itself go much quicker. Number 8, choose your key plot points. You don't have to have the entire plot figured out from the get-go, but if you want a final epic battle or characters to fall in love or travel to another world, lay down those plot points. You need your inciting incident and you need to know how the story's going to end, even if you're not really sure how it's going to get there. Number 9, set a goal. If you want to have your first draft done in a year or even 6 months, you need to have a plan. Say you want to write a 100,000 word novel in a year. That means you're going to have to write about 275 words every single day. And while that might not sound like a lot, if you haven't got any semblance of an outline, you haven't done any research, or you're not writing every single day, then those 275 averages can take you hours. You have to acknowledge that you might not be able to write every day, so you need to make things easy for yourself from the get-go. Life happens, you need to work with it. Number 10, gird your loins. Writing a book is hard as fuck. There will be parts of the process that propel you into utter despair, and other parts that will make you completely elated. You'll get stuck and you'll run face first into writer's block. As you progress into this process, you're going to start getting feedback, and that can go anywhere from excruciating to a life-altering joy. If you want to write a book, you need to start thickening your skin, because there is no piece of media that is universally loved. There will be people who hate your work and love your work and everywhere in between. Don't be too afraid though, you can do this. Now that you've done all these things, you can start writing, get on your path, write that book, polish it until it sparkles. So that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to be notified as soon as I upload, then ring that bell. All my social media links will be in the description below. Both of my books, Olympian Confessions, Hades and Persephone, and Olympian Confessions, Hera, are available now in ebook and paperback. If you would like your manuscript critiqued by me, you can check out my critique service on my website. And if you enjoyed my content, consider being part of my Patreon family, and I will see you all next week with another video. Bye! Iggy's right here. I don't know if you can see him. He's blendy. He's your blendy boy. The blendiest. Hey all, and welcome to my vlog. My name is Erin, and this is what to do before you start. What the fuck, dude?